And so, as we are looking at images from the last week where lockdown eases, welcome to our last art lockdown video. The task this week switches from creating a landscape to creating a work of art in the landscape, land art. We'll look at two key terms, land art and ephemeral. We'll look at some typical works of land art and then set you a task to create your own. Land art is art made in the landscape, so typically outside, using materials you can find there, things like stones, leaves, sticks and rocks. If you look at the picture here, leaves arranged in a pattern, you could say it's drawing with leaves, you could say it's a sculpture made of leaves, but it's definitely land art. It's in nature and it uses nature as a material. Let's look at some examples of other land art. Here the artist Robert Smithson has built a giant spiral causeway going out to sea. Andy Goldsworthy, on a smaller scale, using different coloured leaves very precisely to create a satisfying gradient in concentric circles. Same artist, same geometric circular shape, this time in sticks. Here he uses stone to create a meandering wall through the wood, all natural materials but some very unnatural shapes. This one, a repeated pattern in leaves and twigs. The artist Zander Olsen wraps trees in white material to create striking contrasts with the land around them. And a personal favourite, this is in a secret location. In 1977, David Nash started growing these trees, taking nearly 40 years to carefully manipulate them to get them to grow in this vortex-like shape that he calls ash dome. In many ways, land artists simply push things that we already do a bit further, things like building stone stacks, making a den, even making sandcastles. They just push these to the next level. Ephemeral is an important word to use here, because it can describe most works of land art. It means something that exists for a short time, and then it's gone. Most land art disappears, so land artists take great care to document their work through excellent photography. This giant sand carving is ephemeral. The tide's going to wash it away. This flaming stone stack, it gets washed away and the fire extinguished as the tide rises. These sand sculptures are ephemeral. It could be the tide, it could be a teenager running over it, it could be the wind, but it'll only last a brief time. Whether it's people or the weather, this stone circle won't last like this forever. If you're going to make your own, what key features should you include? It should be made from natural materials and left in nature for people to discover. You need to document it with a good photograph because it won't last forever, and use geometric shapes that contrast with the natural landscape around it. And whatever you do shouldn't damage the environment in any way. So simple repeated shapes and patterns, geometric patterns that contrast with the nature around it, and clearly defined shapes like this one here. So the task is to make and photograph your own piece of land art. You could do this in your garden, as lockdown's starting to ease, maybe a local park, wood or green space. But if circumstances dictate that you can't get out for whatever reason, you could also do it indoors with household items. Here's a few examples of other homemade land art that might help with your ideas. My tips for success are that patterns always work well. Think about the arrangement, could it be in colour or size order, and definitely get a good photograph. And here's a few more ideas for you. If you've got no green space around you, not a problem. This one here is done on a wall in the middle of the city. This next one's been a popular idea throughout lockdown. I took these photographs in Bexley Wood yesterday. a painted pebble snake that's being contributed to by hundreds of different people. And for those that can't get out, why not recreate the geometric land art shapes using objects at home? Books, fabrics, whatever you can find. So 2 questions I hope you can all answer now. Firstly, what is land art? And secondly, what does ephemeral mean? So that's it, the last lockdown video. I hope you found some of them useful. I can't wait to see your land art. I hope you'll have a great summer, and I look forward to seeing you in person back in September.